Welcome to the unit on Tarion Updates, where we will look at changes made to Tarion warranty coverage and to deposit protection. Let's get started. First, we will provide an overview of the Ontario New Home Warranties Plan Act, or ONHWP, Warranty Coverage Protection by Tarion, including changes to coverage of residential condominium conversions. Provide a brief overview of revisions made to the Construction Performance Guidelines. Review updates made to warranty enrollment fees for all homes. Provide a brief overview of the changes to Tarion deposit protection for freehold homes and present details of Tarion coverage expansion to other payments. Do you remember what Tarion is and what it does? To refresh your memory, here's a brief overview of what Tarion is and what they are responsible for. Tarion is a private, not-for-profit corporation that administers the ONHWP, which requires vendors of new homes in Ontario to provide a mandatory warranty to homeowners. The statutory or mandatory warranty protects new home buyers by covering a property for defects in materials and workmanship, violations of the Ontario Building Code, and major structural defects, in addition to providing deposit, delayed closing protection, and financial loss compensation. The warranty is protected by Tarion. Finally, Tarion also licenses and regulates builders and developers of new homes and condos, as per the requirement of the ONHWP Act, by ensuring that builders and vendors meet minimum statutory standards to build and sell new homes.
Refer to the course resources
to access the Ontario New Home Warranties Plan Act. Let's take a look at this interaction between Sylvie, a real estate salesperson who is working with her clients Daniel and Iris, two newlyweds looking to purchase their first home. After seeing multiple properties on the market, both Daniel and Iris want to avoid purchasing a fixer-upper, which is the type of home available within their price range. So they've decided to purchase a new build in hopes of avoiding unexpected repairs. They've fallen in love with a semi-detached model and agreed to begin the paperwork. However, upon looking through the builder's agreement, Daniel and Iris have some serious reservations. Click the arrows to toggle between scenes. What can Sylvie do to help protect Daniel and Iris's best interest, as well as provide her clients with some reassurance? Thank you for your input. In this case, Sylvie can conduct her due diligence and research the builder to make sure they are registered with Tarion, as required by law, and thus have warranty coverage on their new home. This allows her to reassure her clients that they may be compensated for some issues or defects among other types of coverage. Once confirming the builder's registration, she can explain the different types of warranties offered, what is covered and exempt, as well as how buyers can seek compensation through the warranty. Speaking of delays and cancellations, if you're interested in learning more about condo delays and cancellations, please make sure to listen closely to the unit on pre-construction condo cancellations, part of this update course. Prior to seeing Daniel and Iris's situation, you may have been wondering why it is important for you to know about Tarion. As you can see, a client may seek your input when purchasing a new build property, and they rely on your expertise and knowledge to ensure a smooth and seamless real estate experience. This is the value add that you bring to a client. For more details,
Refer to the course resources
to access Tarion's website. Click Continue to advance. Once you're done reviewing the interaction, click Next to continue. So, what is the purpose of the warranty coverage program anyway? That's right. The warranty program protects a buyer's most important investment. A home statutory warranty begins prior to the buyer moving in, when they sign the APS to be exact. It provides deposit protection and compensation for delayed closing. After a buyer moves into their new home, there are 3 types of warranties: 1-year, 2-year, and 7-year warranty that cover various defects and damages.
Refer to the course resources
To access Tarion's website for details on the available warranties. Warranty enrollment fees for both freehold and condo homes can affect the purchase price of a buyer's home. In 2018, enrollment fees were increased when deposit protection levels were enhanced for freehold homes. The builder pays the warranty enrollment fee to Tarion on or before the date the building permit for the home is issued. The cost of the enrollment fee is often either included in the purchase price of the home or as an item on the Statement of Adjustments. The Statement of Adjustments is where any closing costs payable to the builder listed in the APS are included. For example, the builder can include fees for realty taxes, the warranty enrollment fee, administrative fees, issuance of the status certificate, electricity meter installation fees, and even fees imposed by Canada Post for installation and activation of community mailboxes.
Refer to the course resources
For details on warranty enrollment fees and to see Tarion's enrollment fee calculation table, Another important change to statutory warranties is that residential condominium conversion projects, a non-residential building converted to a condo, now qualify for warranty coverage. The warranty applies to projects where the first APS, meaning when the first purchaser bought into the project, was signed on or after January 1, 2018. Condo conversions benefit from the same 1, 3, and 7-year warranties, deposit protection, and delayed closing coverage as other new homes with one exception. There is no first-year work and materials warranty on the pre-existing elements. This exception is because the pre-existing elements, such as decorative beams or decorative archways, may have been built to different standards and over time may have been subject to cosmetic defects. All other one-year warranty protections, including that the home meets Ontario Building Code regulations, would apply to both the pre-existing elements and the new components of the project. Since residential condo conversions now have warranty coverage, all builders of residential condominium conversion projects and vendors who wish to sell units in these projects must also be registered with Tarion.
Refer to the course resources
To access the Ontario Builder Directory to see how you can check if a builder is registered. Just as it is important to know what is covered under the warranty and how to make claims to advise your clients, it is equally important to know what types of homes are not covered under the warranty, should they wish to avoid these. Before advancing, click on each icon to see what types of homes are not covered under the warranty. Residential condo conversion projects from existing non-residential condo buildings like a warehouse are now covered by the warranty. However, condo conversions that were originally built for residential use, like an apartment building, would not qualify for coverage. If an existing residential home has simply been renovated, for example, rewired, or has an addition, the home is not new and would not be eligible for the statutory warranty coverage. The statutory warranties apply to new homes that are built by a registered builder and then sold to a buyer. Therefore, if a registered builder builds a new home and then, instead of selling it, leases it, the home does not qualify for statutory warranty coverage. However, Tarion states that if a builder sells a home to a homeowner and then the homeowner rents or leases the home to a tenant, then the home does qualify for warranty coverage from the date the home is completed for possession. For more details on how to determine whether a home is covered by the warranty,
refer to the course resources
to access Tarion's website. If your buyer client purchases a resale home and demolishes part of it to rebuild a new home, this could disqualify their new home from warranty coverage, depending on how much of the existing foundation has been used. When there is a pre-existing foundation from a previously occupied structure that is retained in the construction of a new home, Tarion has developed a guiding principle as to whether this will disqualify the home from warranty coverage. If the pre-existing portion exceeds 40% of the footings, as determined by linear measurement, the footprint, the home may not have statutory warranty coverage. Remember that this is Tarion's guideline to determine whether the home can be considered new. Municipalities may have differing requirements. So, it's your responsibility to confirm these. Ultimately, the question will be whether the pre-existing foundation elements are so significant as to indicate that the whole home or project is not entitled to coverage. Owner-built homes are not covered under the statutory warranty. A home is owner-built if the owner builds the home him or herself on land that he or she owns. The owner hires someone else to build the home on the owner's land, but the owner exercises significant control over the supply of materials and/or construction of all or part of the home. And in both cases, the owner or his or her tenant then resides in the home. For example, if the owner controls the installation of interior finishes, it would not disqualify the home from warranty coverage, but it would exclude coverage for those finishes and any defects related to those finishes. On the other hand, if the owner controls the construction of the foundation, an essential element of the home, this may be significant enough to make the home an owner-built home. If the owner sells the home without first legitimately residing in the home, it is not an owner-built home, and the home may be entitled to statutory warranty coverage. If the owner did not live in the home, the owner must register with Tarion before selling the home and will be responsible for the warranty coverage on the home. A seasonal home, like a cottage, is a home that does not meet the year-round occupancy requirements of Part 9 of the Ontario Building Code and is therefore not built for year-round occupancy. Other considerations, such as seasonal use of the home or lack of year-round access, do not determine whether a home is seasonal for the purposes of the Ontario New Home Warranties Plan Act.
Refer to the course resources
To view the Ontario Building Code. While common elements of a standard residential condo project have statutory warranty coverage, the common elements of a vacant land condo corporation or common elements condo corporation do not have coverage. A home's warranty is in effect for 7 years from the original date of possession, regardless of who owns the home. If you're helping clients purchase a resale home, you should contact Tarion to see if the home is enrolled and how much warranty remains. If it is not enrolled, it may have been built illegally. Notify the client and Tarion if it isn't enrolled. If everything is in order and your buyer-client purchases the home, advise them to contact Tarion to notify change of ownership. New owners have full access to information about the home and any remaining warranty. If you are working with a client who wants to sell their new home and they have never occupied it, you should advise them to contact Tarion to register as a reseller. If Iris and Dan decide to sell their home without having occupied it, they will need to register as a reseller with Tarion. A reseller is not the same as being registered as a vendor. A reseller is not responsible for warranty obligations and will not be listed in the Ontario Builder Directory. They are, however, expected to provide the new purchaser a copy of the homeowner information package and are required to inform the new purchaser of the warranty start date. To help settle disputes between homeowners and builders regarding defects in work or materials, Tarion applies the Construction Performance Guidelines, or CPG, which are intended to complement the Ontario Building Code. As a best practice, you can advise that your client thoroughly reviews the CPG to help understand if a potential defect may be covered under the warranty. Remember that there are 2 different versions, one for the freehold homes and condo units and another for common elements of condo projects. You should also keep an eye out for updates to the CPGs. Tarion conducts an ongoing review of the CPGs for new homes, condominiums, and common elements to keep pace with the ever-changing construction industry. The CPGs are a living document which is reviewed and amended regularly. To stay up to date on any revisions to the CPG, it is recommended that you monitor the Tarion website. For example, since January 1st, 2019, several changes have been implemented.
Refer to the course resources
To access the Construction Performance Guidelines or CPG. After being reassured by Sylvie about the new build's warranty, Daniel and Iris now become worried about the steep deposit structure. Click the arrows to toggle between scenes. Once you're done reviewing the scenario, click Next to answer a question. What can Sylvie do to help protect Daniel and Iris's best interests, as well as provide her clients with some reassurance? Thank you for your input. In this case, Sylvie can conduct her due diligence and check to see how much of her client's deposit is protected, and even how her clients can make a claim for warranty coverage, thus allowing her to reassure them that their deposit is safe in certain situations, and even suggest they not make a deposit bigger than the amount covered by the warranty. Again, you may be saying to yourself, why is it important for me to know what's covered and not covered? I'm the salesperson, not the homeowner. However, to protect and offer your clients the best service and avoid surprises, it's essential that you explain what's covered and not covered by Tarion's warranty. You can even direct them to information on how to make a claim for deposit protection. By doing this, your clients will be fully aware of the warranty details and can make informed and timely decisions to safeguard their investment. To learn more about the different warranties available,
refer to the course resources
to view Tarion's description of warranties. Click Continue to advance. Click on the arrow to toggle between scenes. Once you're done reviewing the interaction, click Next to continue. So, what is deposit protection anyway? Can you remember one purpose of a deposit protection program? That's right. A buyer deposit may be protected in the event that a registered builder fundamentally breaches the purchase agreement. An example of a fundamental breach is where, for reasons beyond the control of the purchaser, the builder fails to transfer the title to the home. A buyer's deposit may also be protected in the event that the buyer has a statutory right to treat the purchase agreement as terminated, and in some cases, if the builder goes bankrupt. It is important to note that Tarion can only protect a buyer's deposit if they have signed an APS. Tarion does not protect any payment a buyer makes to reserve or hold a home or condominium unit before they sign an APS. For example, if they paid a deposit under a reservation agreement. Advise your buyer client that if they need to make such a payment, they can ask the builder to hold the money in trust and to ensure they receive a receipt if done. However, advise your clients that builders are not required to hold reservation payments in trust. Finally, you should advise your client to consult with a real estate lawyer before considering an APS to be terminated to ensure their deposit claim will be covered by Tarion. Did you know that the deposit protection coverage for freehold homes has changed? Buyers who signed an APS before January 1st, 2018 were only protected by Tarion for a maximum of $40,000, no matter the sale price of the home. However, if the APS was signed on or after January 1st, 2018, deposit coverage depends on the sale price of the new freehold home. If the sale price is $600,000 or less, the deposit coverage is up to $60,000. And if the sale price is over $600,000, deposit coverage is up to 10% of the purchase price, to a maximum of $100,000. Deposit coverage for condominium units has not changed. Condo unit purchases have at least two layers of protection. First, under Tarion, deposits paid for condominium units are protected up to a maximum of $20,000. Secondly, the Condominium Act requires any deposit amounts to be held in trust. However, make sure you explain to your buyer client that although the deposit is protected up to $20,000, deposit structures for pre-construction condos are more than $20,000, and you need to make sure the buyer is comfortable with this.
Refer to the course resources.
For more information on condo deposit protection offered by Tarion, for additional details on the trust provisions of the Condo Act, click the More Info button. When purchasing a new build condo unit, all the deposits made by the buyer will be held in trust by the builder's solicitor in a trust account. When this happens, the builder's solicitor shall send the buyer written evidence using a specified form to confirm when the payment was put in trust and the bank account number where the money was deposited. Money held in trust must be held in trust until it is either released to the builder when the buyer has title of the proposed unit, or if the agreement of purchase and sale is terminated and the funds are returned to the buyer. If an agreement of purchase and sale is terminated, other than as a result of breach of contract by the purchaser, the money held in trust by the builder's solicitor must be returned to the buyer with interest. However, the timing for the purchaser to receive the deposit back may vary. This is one of the risks of purchasing a pre-construction condo. If there is a cancellation, a buyer's deposit is tied up, and they may have missed out on opportunities to purchase another property.
Refer to the course resources
To access Section 81 of the Condo Act, which in general terms states that any monies received by a vendor of a project must be received and held in trust. Let's check back in with Sylvie and her clients Daniel and Iris. If Daniel and Iris signed their APS for the $679,000 semi-detached home on December 15, 2018, how much deposit protection coverage are they entitled to? Are you sure about that? Since Daniel and Iris signed their APS after January 1, 2018, and the purchase price of their home is over $600,000, they are entitled up to 10% coverage up to a maximum of $100,000, which means they would be covered up to $67,900. After Sylvie has reassured them that their deposit will be protected up to a maximum amount if the development project gets canceled, Daniel and Iris are excited and begin making plans about what they want the interior to look like and what they want to upgrade from the standard appliance and finishings package. Review the scenario. Click the arrows to toggle between scenes. Then click Next to answer a question. Sylvie is unsure whether to discourage her clients from agreeing to all these upgrades, as she is not sure if Tarion covers these items in their deposit protection. What should Sylvie say to her clients? Are you sure about that? Deposit protection and home warranties are often perceived as the builder's domain, so it is easy to understand why Sylvie may not have done much research on it. Sylvie must act fairly, honestly, and with integrity. She may think that she is sparing her clients disappointment if she lets them know that upgrades and extras are not covered. However, Sylvie should explain that the needs to confirm the details by either doing additional research or by advising Daniel and Iris to bring up the specific point with the builder's sales representative or consulting with Tarion independently. Helping her clients make informed decisions is the value add that Sylvie brings to the table. Sylvie did some research and found out that Tarion has expanded their deposit protection coverage to include other payments buyers may make. This means that payments made for upgrades or extras, such as items or installations in the home for which the purchaser has paid additional money, are now covered under the deposit protection. You should advise your buyer clients that they should have their lawyer ensure that any payments for these extras are recorded in the APS, an amendment to the agreement, or a collateral agreement. This extension of coverage applies to buyers of freehold homes and condominium units. Common examples of upgrades would be selecting and paying for granite countertops instead of the standard laminate, or hardwood flooring rather than the standard carpeting. Examples of extras include negotiating and paying for an extra bathroom or fireplace in the master bedroom that were not originally part of the home's design. Congratulations! You've reached the end of this section on Tarion updates. Now you will be able to describe warranty coverage available, explain revisions made to the construction performance guidelines for freehold homes and condominiums, explain applicable warranty enrollment fees, explain changes to the Tarion deposit protection for freehold homes, and explain details of Tarion coverage applicable to other types of payments. Click Exit to close this unit and proceed to the next topic of the update course.